The Greensboro Coliseum should be filled with screaming fans right now. Instead, it's empty, and it will remain that way. We just received word that March Madness has officially been canceled. The outbreak of COVID-19, commonly known as coronavirus, brought the sports world to a screeching halt today. The ACC tournament was suddenly cut off just after noon. So sudden, in fact, that Florida State received the news during pregame warm-ups. The MLS suspended their season around the same time. The MLB and the NHL followed suit an hour later. And just now, the NCAA announced they are canceling all winter and spring championships. There will be no March Madness, no College World Series, and no lacrosse. The NCAA has released a statement saying this decision is based on the evolving COVID-19 public health threat, our ability to ensure the events do not contribute to the spread of the pandemic, and the impracticality of hosting such events at any time during this academic year. With officials encouraging social distancing practices and self-isolation, a lack of entertainment becomes a concern of its own. But the most important concern of all is people's health and well-being. And while today may be tragic to sports fans, these moves may help prevent a much greater tragedy. Sam Gelfand, NCC News. For Brandon Kidd, working in an office can feel a little slow.
My first race, I remember when I was 11 in a go-kart, I was terrified. But once I got behind the wheel, the adrenaline and the speed and just blocking everything else out is what drew me to it and was what kept me there. It's kind of like a bug.
The 28-year-old financial planner competed in the Mazda Pro Cup as a high schooler, but while pursuing a degree at Syracuse University, Kidd competed in the ARCA Racing Series, one of NASCAR's developmental cups. He then spent 2 years racing Empire Super Sprints, where he was named 2016's Rookie of the Year. These successes, as well as some failures along the way, helped prepare Kidd for the big time.
There's a lot of different things that happen all at once on a racetrack, and you gotta think in a split second, make decisions. And sometimes they're the right decisions, sometimes they're not.
Believe it or not, this is what Brandon drives 5 days a week. But you should see what he's driving on the weekends. On January 24th, Kidd and his 2 teammates drove an Aston Martin Vantage 388 miles around Daytona International Speedway in just 4 hours. The manliest native was faster than 33 other drivers, finishing in 17th place.
So we did have a Mustang that ran into my car right towards the end, and he ended up taking himself out and flipped over, and he just didn't see me on the inside of him, but that's a racing accident. No one was to blame for it. So you kind of just got to jump in there and deal with what you got.
But when the race weekend concludes and the business week begins, Kidd goes back to his desk job. Working for his family's company, Pinnacle Investments, his life is split between the ordinary and the extraordinary. That 9 to 5 reminds him just how lucky he is to be living his dream, even if it's part-time.
There's an old saying from Steve McQueen, racing is life, everything else is just waiting. And that's true in a lot of sense when you're absolutely obsessed with it like I am.
Sam Gelfand, NCC News.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. My name is Sam Gelfand for the NFHS Network as we are about to begin the second half of this game between the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams and the Maine Endwell Spartans. At this time, the Red Rams leading 33-21 in this marquee matchup. As Momo LeClaire will take it in for the Red Rams. Red Rams ranked number 21st in New York State Class A, Maine Endwell number 3. As Paige Keeler controls, Samita sets a pick. Swings it out to Baker real quick. Now Baker over to LeClaire. She has plenty of time from beyond the arc, but it rattles off. Samita gets the rebound. LeClaire tries again, and second time is the charm. You blink, you miss it. This game is back and forth, action-packed as Lamoureux gives it over to Pelton. Pelton to Lamoureux. Gives it over to Anastos. Anastos double-teamed. pass is confiscated by Sydney Baker, who gives it over to Keeler on the dribble drive, puts it up easy. So a minute has elapsed. It's 38-21 as Anastos right now is trying to find an option. Anastos swarmed by the Red Rams, finds a way to Lamoureux, but Momo Leclerc snags her watch. She brings it all the way down to Keeler. And lightning strikes twice. Exact same play, exact same results. Now Anastos gives it to Pelton. It's 40-21 with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Pelton swings all the way around on the run. It's short, rebounded by Baker, who gives it to Leclerc. Leclerc will take it across half court. Leclerc, no one there, able to drive right to the basket. GPS takes her to her destination. 42-21 with 6 minutes left. Sophie Pelton hands it off to Caitlin Lamoureux, who is double-teamed. Bounce pass to Allison Lamoureux. Out to Sophie Pelton, who tries from downtown, and it's no good. So Andrea Sumida takes it down herself on the run, draws the foul. The Red Rams came out of the gate like a cannon, and they have not lost any momentum, defying the laws of physics. Isaac Newton, forget your equations. And although the Spartans are not exactly used to being in this position, they are 13-2 this year as Sumida misses her first. She's 2 for 4 today. Both of their losses have come in the last week. Lost against Elmira and lost against Owego Appalachian. As Sumida puts in her second, it's 43-21. So 1-2 in the last 7 days. Maine Endwell perhaps cooling down a little bit, but still ranked number 3 in the state. As Ava Gravelding really struggled to keep it away from the Red Rams, and a timeout has to be called. There's really no other option in a situation like that. 5:31 on the clock, 43-21. The Red Rams lead over the Spartans. The Red Rams on a 3-game winning streak right now. On the 4th, they beat East Syracuse Manoa 56-24. On the 7th, they beat Oswego 58-30. And then last night against Auburn, they beat them 47-24. The Spartans did win their last game. They beat Johnson City 53-35. There's a quick conference with one of the scorekeepers and the referees as they look to be about ready to start things off. It'll be Caitlin Lamoureux who gives it to Voss Anastos. Anastos hands it off, and Lamoureux tries for the very long 3, and she does it with success. 43-24, 5:15 on the clock. Momo Leclerc trying to drive, swings it out to Sumida, all the way to Keeler. There is no one there, and it rattles out. There have been so many baskets like that on both sides of the court tonight. It's just heartbreaking if you're a player as DeSantis. No heartbreak for her, she hits it. Momo Leclerc gives it to Sumida. Sumida has her pass tipped by Voss Anastos, who takes it away. Gives it to Allie Lamoureux. Lamoureux triple-teamed. And it's Sydney Baker who comes up with it all the way down court. Paige Keeler makes a deposit, takes it all the way to the ATM. Even gets some cash back in the form of 2 points, 45-27. Lamoureux with the 3-pointer. Bounces too high. What do you mean too high? I know that's a reference to a sports movie from another sport, but you know what? That's okay. Lauren Schaefer serving as it goes off the hands of Oneida. It's 2-0. Red Devils with another early lead. The Red Devils started last set going 7-0. And then Oneida had a 7-0 streak of their own. Hollenbeck puts it up. Now it's Doig to Riggs. Off Carvajal's hands, Fox. Jones. Frozen rope put up, and a dive by Lowry isn't going to do it. It's 2-1. Vernon Verona Sherrill, the Red Devils. If you don't know, DeWitt, New York, where we are right now, is just outside of Syracuse, where we do not talk about the other kind of devil, the other colored one. It's a mad scramble, and no one can get it. Slightly exasperated Cindy Bobo, pointing furiously. You know, I was recently informed that pointing is actually an insult in China. You're not supposed to point at someone else. But look how calmly Cindy Bobo trapped that ball. She has seen a few of them fly their way in her time. It's 4-1. Another serve by Schaefer, this time overpowered. 4-2. Once again, my name is Sam Gelfand. This is the NFHS Network. Thank you very much for joining us for this championship contest. Riggs sets it up. Lowry with the attack off the hands of Fox, sent to pop up, and it goes off the hands of Kinney before anyone can do anything. 5-2. That was 3 hits. You got to let it drop. You're in a lose-lose situation. You either hit it and it's a 4-hit foul or fault, or you let it drop and you yield the kill. As Riggs has the serve. Sent up by Fox, Jones, and Lowry sends it right back over, denied. Leanne Lowry, 228 kills in the regular season. Well, 76 blocks. That is ridiculous. Set up for Lowry now. Hits the ground before Jones can dig. She'd have to dig to the other side of the earth to get that one. 6-3. Red Devils in the lead. Doig now serving, sends it over. It's on the line, over the line. 6-4. So Doig serves it right back to Oneida. And now it's Catherine Kinney, the outside hitter, who will serve. Goes out of bounds. Seven to 4. As the other Doig serves off the hands of Jones. There's a scramble. Hollenbeck keeps it in. So does Carvajal. But yep, 4 touch. 8-4. Carly Doig, the setter. To Jamison Jones. Fox puts it up. It's Carvajal off the hands of number 6, Lauren Schaefer. 8-5. It's getting ping-ponged here in DeWitt. Sia Carvajal with the serve. Lays out to Riggs. And off Schaefer. And then into the wild blue yonder. 8-6, Oneida fighting back. This has been the pattern. The Red Devils get the momentum, but they can't hold on to it. Carvajal, now it's Doig who digs. Other Doig. Sets up for number 8, Durfee. Fox and Jamison Jones off the hand of Doig. The other Doig, sibling sorcery. Durfee put it over Carvajal. Now it's Hollenbeck with the hops. Riggs set up for Doig number 2. Durfee puts it over. It's Phillips, Fox, and Jones off the hands of Riggs. Put up Hollenbeck. And an excellent block by Brooke Durfee. 9-6. serve by number 13, Paige Enos. Block attempt by Fox. And a diving Hollenbeck is not enough to save the kill, so it's 10-6. Enos puts it up, Carbajal, Fox, Hollenbeck. Off the net again, that's a full touch. 11-6. You know, I'll be honest. At the beginning of this game, I made a snide comment about wanting to go home sooner rather than later, but I would be fine with staying here for longer if this goes to 5 sets, because this has been a great contest so far as Riggs maneuvers it over the net. Fox to Jones off the hands of Schaefer. 11-7.